Alright guys, Megbon here. I hope you have a good day, and in this video we are going to recreate a cookie. So let's get started. Press Shift A and add a cylinder. Now scale it down to a value like 0.2. Now let's go to edit mode, scale it on Z axis. Let's go back to object mode, press Ctrl+A and apply the scale. And now let's go back to edit mode. Take the vertex selected to, then hold Alt and select this edge, this vertex like this. And now press E and S to extrude the face. Keep doing the same action. E and S to extrude the vertex. Do the same thing to the face of the bottom. E and S to extrude. E and S. E and S. And E and S. Now let's select this vertex, hold Alt and left click. Now press Ctrl+B to add a bevel, just a little bit. Do the same thing right here, Ctrl+B. Now first select this edge by holding Alt and left click. Now Ctrl+A to add a bevel, just a little bit. Now select all your vertex, press number part 1 to go to front view, and now move your cylinder in Z axis. Now let's go back to solid to let's first save. Now in object mode, press Ctrl+5 to add a bevel with a level viewport of 5. Now we have this shape. Now let's open another split like that. Press T to move this thing, and let's also remove that. And now let's go to render view. Now let's go and uncheck scene world to use the environment texture which come with Blender. Now let's go to cycle view. Now let's add a light. I will add an area light. Select your area light and press R on X-axis, rotate it by 180 degree. Now move it on Z-axis like that. Now it's time to add a material. Let's go to shader editor. Press N to move this thing right there. And now let's add a new material. We can call it cookie. Cookie and chocolate. Now let's move closely. Maybe I can push this split like that. And now let's first start with a gradient texture. Shift A, add a gradient. Now press Ctrl+. Now let's first enable a node wrangler. Let's go to add-on search and let's search node wrangler. Make sure that your node wrangler is checked like that. Now let's go back to our shader editor. Let's press Ctrl+Shift and left click to preview it. Now press Ctrl plus T to bring up mapping and texture coordinate. Now let's take this object and put it into a vector. Now let's move it a little bit like this and press Ctrl plus G to add a frame. Now press F2 to bring up a label. Now let's name it mapping. Press N to give a name to our mapping. Press N to give a color to our mapping, then check color. Press N to remove that. Now let's add another mapping right here to control our gradient. Let's search mapping and put it right here. And now let's rotate our y axis by 19. Now we have that. Now let's also make it a little bit contrasty by adding color ramp. Let's move this white color so close like that. Maybe this black also. So that we have these two color. If you want to have the same position that I have in the white color, just type 0.073, and in this black color just type 0.0027. Now let's add a noise texture to add a little bit of noise. Shift A and add a noise texture. Let's also take this vector mapping and put it into a vector. Now press Ctrl plus Shift and left click to preview it. In the scale, let's put a value like 50 and the detail to 15, and roughness, let's put a value like 0.6. I think that's looking very cool. Now let's mix the noise and the gradient texture by adding a mix shader, a mix color or mix RGB. Change the float to color. Now let's take this color ramp and put it into color A, and this noise texture, and take the factor and put it into color B. Now let's change the mix to multiply. Now let's preview our mix. So you can see we have this shader, we have this mix, and it's looking very cool. Now our first max is ready. Let's select all these and press Ctrl plus D to bring up a frame. and press F2 to bring up a label. Let's name it gradient mask. Let's press N to, let me remove this N. Now press N to change the color. Let's move on to our second mask, which is a crack mask. Shift A to add a Voronoi texture. Press Ctrl plus T to preview it. Now let's also take this mapping and put it into vector. Now let's change some of the staging. Let's change F1 to distance to edge, and the scale, let's put a value like 2. Now we have. Alright, now let's add a noise texture. Put it right here between the mapping and the Voronoi texture. Let's change the scale to a value like 9.5. Editor, let's put it in, let's put a value like 15. As you can see, now we have this beautiful track. Maybe we can change the scale. But guys, I will just go with a scale like 1.4. If you want, you can put this same value. Now let's add a color ramp to make it a little bit contrasty. Shift A, search color ramp. Put it right here. Let's make it a little bit contrasty. Bring this white color closely. Something like that. Alright. Now our track is ready. Let's also press Ctrl plus G to group it. F2 to rename it. Let's name it track mask, and press N to change the color of that. Now let's move on to our second mask, which is a chocolate point mask. Let's add a Voronoi texture. Press Ctrl plus T to preview it. Let's also take this mapping and put it into a vector. First, let's make a reroll right here. Press Shift and right mouse button and let go. Put this mapping on this vector. Now let's change 3D to 2D. And let's change the point to 17. Maybe. Guys, you can change to your liking, but for me, I will just go with 8.9 in the scale. Now let's add a color ramp to make it contrasty. Let's bring, maybe we can flip the color so that the white color can be more visible. I think it's looking okay for me. and that is our third mask. Press Ctrl plus G to group it, F2 to name it. Let's name it chocolate point mask. Now press N to change the color. Now let's put our two last mask, which will be the noise mask. Shift A and add a noise texture. Shift D to duplicate it. Let's, like previously, hold Shift and right click to add a reroll. Now place it right here. Maybe we can a little bit organize our, let's organize it a little bit. G to move. Let's take this one and put it into vector. Now let's change the setting. Control plus Shift and left click to preview it. Now let's change the value of the scale. I will put a value like 50, and in detail 15. Roughness, I will leave a default value. Put the same value in the one above. Scale 15, detail 15. Now let's rename all that. Control plus G, F2. I will name that cookie noise, and to bring up the color. And this one will be our chocolate noise, and to change the color. Now our mask is ready. Let's mix all these masks together, and so that we can put it on base color, roughness, and normal. First, let's start with these two. Let's start with a track mask and gradient mask. Shift A to add a mix RGB. Let's change it to color. Now take this multiply from gradient and put it to color A. And now let's take this color from the track mask and put it to color B. Now let's change the mix to darken and put the factor all the way up to 1. Now let's preview it. Control plus Shift and left click. As you can see, now we have this mix, and that is looking very cool. Now let's put the color to our mask. Shift A to add a mix RGB. Let's change that to the color and put it right here. Let's change the result to, let's move that to a factor so that we can change the color. Now to color A, let's change it to a dark brown color. Not too dark, but a little bit. you can put this X code 461200, and in color B, maybe we can change it later on. In color B, I will also go with I don't know the color, which is the color, what is the color of cookie, I don't know, but let's just change the color. This one, for this one I will go with something like, I don't know, maybe AD7650. I think that is the color of cookie that I found in the net. As you can see, guys, now we have this beautiful two color. Let's make it a little bit contrasty by adding color ramp. Put it between this mixed and between these two mixed. Now let's take this white color and move it a little bit close like that. Now move your cursor right here. Now hold Control and right click to add this another color. And let's select it and let's dark it a little bit so that the transition can be a little bit smooth. Maybe we can add another one. All right, if you want to use the same color in this one, just type AB, and in this one you can type 727272. Now let's organize our node. Hold and drag, press Ctrl plus G, F2 to name it. I will give a name, I think cookie color. Now let's press N and change the color. Now it's time to put the noise to our cookie. Now let's take this result and put it into base color. Let's press Ctrl plus Shift and left click to preview it. As you can see, we have that. Now let's also put a little bit of noise to our cookie. Let's go to cookie noise and take the factor and put it into normal. Now Shift A to add a bump. Put it right here and move this take it and put it to high. As you can see, we have a little bit of noise, but I think it is too strong right now, so let's change it. Maybe like that, so that we have just a little bit of noise. Maybe let's also change this color. Let's make it a little bit bright. maybe a little bit more. Alright, let's also group that one, F2, to name it. We put the name noise bump. So that our material is a little bit organized. Now let's also do the same thing to the track. Let's Shift D to duplicate it, Alt P to move this bump out of the frame. Let's move it so close of the crack mask. Put this color to high, so that we can have a little bit of bump in our track. Let's also move it down. Let's group it, Ctrl plus G, F2. Let's name it track bump, and to bring up the color. Now let's move on to roughness. Take this multiply and put it to roughness. Now let's add a color ramp to control that. On this black color, let's make it a little bit bright, so that we have a little bit of reflection to our environment. If you want to use the same color that I'm using, just type A9, A9, A9. Let's also select that, Ctrl plus T to group it, F2 to give a name. Let's name it Cookie Roughness Control. Well, so let's just leave Cookie Roughness. Press N to bring the color. Now it's time to make a chocolate material. So let's add another principal PSDF. Let's search principal BSDF. Control, Shift and left click to preview it. Let's change the color. I think chocolate have a dark brown color. I don't know if it is right, but the thing that I'm sure is that chocolate have a very dark color. Guys, you can change the color to your liking. For me, I will just go with this color. Let's change the roughness, so that we have less of reflection. I think I will go with this value. If you want to have the same color to your reflection, just type this X code 73361F. Now let's let's select this principal PSDF and this one and press Ctrl plus number pad 0 to bring up a mix shader. Now let's mix our track point so that the chocolate can be visible on that. Let's first preview that. As you can see, we have that. The problem right now is our chocolate also be visible on the bottom of our cookie. That is not what we want. Let's add a mix to fix that. Mix shader, change the color to the float to color. Now let's move it on top like that, and take this color from region mask and put it to factor. Now let's take this point chocolate mask and put it to color B. Let's first preview that. Now let's change this color A to a dark color, or you can type this code, the X code 60. As you can see now in the bottom, we don't have any more white point in the bottom of our cookie. Now we can, let's preview our mix shader. Ctrl plus Shift and left click. Now let's move it so close like that. Now take this result and put it into factor. As you can see now, we have a little bit of point on top of our cookie. Let's make it a little bit brightness or contrasty. Shift A to add a color ramp. Put it right here and take this white color and bring it a little bit close so that our chocolate can be a very contrasty. Maybe we can change the size of that. Remember, I told you that you can change the size to your liking. Let's move that white color, and this one like this. That you can change to your liking, is totally up to you. Now let's organize our node. Ctrl plus G. And well, let's change the color, and F2. Let's name it I don't know, chocolate. Let's name it chocolate point mask. Let's move our mix shader here. Now it's time to add a noise to our chocolate. Remember, we have made this chocolate noise. Let me change the name. Now let's take this factor and put it into normal. Now Shift A and search bump. Put it right here. Now we can We can decrease that a little bit. Let's move our principal BSDF to this position. And now it's time to add a displacement to our chocolate point. Let's go to material setting. Guys, make sure that you are using cycle because Eevee doesn't support displacement. So make sure that you are on cycle render engine so that we can have a displacement. So let's go back to setting and change the displacement to displace and change the bump to displacement only. Let me move that like that. And now let's take our output and move it so close to our chocolate point mask. Now let's take this color from chocolate point mask and put it to displacement. Now let's take this middle level and put it down to 0. And now if your, let me go back to middle point. If your displacement is going to the wrong direction like this, let's put a negative value like 0.003 or 0.3, I don't know, so that our displacement will go to the direction that we want, I mean on top. Let's put this middle level to 0 and let's change this value to maybe 0.5. And let's also take this normal and put it into height so that our chocolate point can bump, can displace. Let's put it to 0.03. I don't know if that will looking cool. 0.02, maybe 0.01, maybe 0.009. I think I will go with this value. Let's take this output and put it right here. And now let's group it F2. I will just name point chocolate displacement. Now, and to bring up the color, and maybe I should reduct the character so that it's not overlapping. Choco display. I will leave it like that. Maybe this point is too, this chocolate point is too big. Now let's change the size. Alright guys, this is our final cooking material. You can make a screenshot. If you want now, you can exit the video or the tutorial, but if you want to render this thing out, let me show you real quick how you can do that. Let's first go back to solid view. Now shift A to add a camera. Now press Control. Let's first let's press number pad 0 to go to camera view. Now press N and go to view, lock the camera view. Now select your camera and press G to move it. Now let's go to camera setting and change the focal length to your liking. Now let's go to output. You can change the dimension to your liking. For me, I will just leave the default HD setting. Now let's go to output and change the location from your image. I will put that to picture and name it cookie and accept. Now let's first go back to render view. Now just go to render and render animation, or you can press F12 to render the image. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you learned something new in this tutorial. It was very long, but the purpose is just to show you a step by step how to make that. If this tutorial will help you to learn something new, don't forget to leave a like, comment or share the tutorial. For me, I will just leave you right now. I think I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye for now.